Hey, what's up, y'all? And we're back with another college football preview and prediction video. And up today, we got the Pittsburgh Panthers, and I am joined by a Pitt man. Talk is Pitt.
Hello, everyone. Good to be back on YouTube.
Yeah, y'all make sure that y'all are subscribed to Talk is Pitt. Of course, he is the YouTube channel that will talk, uh, breathe, and shit everything Pitt.
I will.
Yep. All right. So I guess we'll start by recapping what happened last year. Y'all got out to a great start. Y'all started out 7-0, and then in the back of the half season, y'all lost like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Y'all lost six
Six
games in
games.
a row, including a
We
loss
did.
to Toledo in your bowl game.
Yeah, we did. It what could go wrong went wrong. Injury after injury. Uh, I didn't realize up until the later half of the last season, and once the injuries started to pile up, how inexperienced we really were. And once one starter went down, another went down. We ended up losing our whole entire starting offensive line. It's just everything went bad.
Yeah, everything went bad. I mean the first half of the season. I mean, weren't y'all down like y'all were down like 3 touchdowns to Cincinnati and came back and won that one.
We were, yeah, we were
And then
down 10 against West Virginia as well
yeah,
with less than
yeah,
3 minutes to go.
oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that game was that game was exciting. Yeah,
It was,
yeah, I remember watching the end of that game. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, all right, but anyway, I guess we'll uh go and talk about your newest recruiting class. You got the 50th uh, composite ranked class according to 24/7 Sports. You had
It-
13 early enrollees, and then
yeah,
8 more who are going to be summer enrollees. So,
yeah.
anyone that you're excited about, or
Um, well, I'm excited because a lot of these recruits are local kids. Um, uh, Especially coming out of high school. And then we had, I want to say, 4 or 5 local kids transfer back to Pitt. But I want to say the one that stands out to me the most is the cornerback transfer, Rashawn Murray. He's coming in from a D2 team that
no?
he's a local kid. He's actually from the town that I currently live in. Um, so, and he's an All American. He started all 4 years at California University of Pennsylvania, which is about an hour and 20 minutes up the road from where I live. So he's an All American, so that has to count for something. I'm very excited about him. And he probably locked up the starting cornerback spot because we're very, very thin as far as that goes.
Right. So I guess we'll look at your transfer portal next. Let's change this to transfer. Keep scrolling down.
I don't think our transfer rating is that good. It's never really been good.
There we go.
We just get pieces who stick.
Yeah, y'all got Yeah, 15 transfers. Including Rashawn Murray, who we just mentioned. Yeah, transferred from from Penn West.
Penn West is it's the new name of the university. So California University and Penn University merged, so they're calling it Penn West University now.
Wow, that's cool.
We do have Jaden Moore. Jaden Moore from Oregon State.
Yeah, Edge from
or not Oregon State.
From Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah. And then to be honest though, I think I'm excited equally about a lot of them, especially Keith Goeva. He's a guard transfer from Richmond, FCS level.
Yeah.
But he also started all 4 years for Richmond as well. And the coaches, they can't stop talking about him along with Jeff Percy. He's a tackle from Michigan. We ended up grabbing.
Yep. And then you also got an offensive tackle. I got Kendall Stanley from Charlotte. So
yeah, he's a little undersized. I'm concerned because he's only 295. But the tape that I've been able to get on YouTube, and there was tape on YouTube of him, so he must be good. He's a mauler. He's extremely difficult to get around.
Yep. I got a couple more defensive backs. Also got Zion Ferguson from North Carolina. So
yeah, he's never played, so he's a wild card. But he was a 4-star out of high school.
Yeah. You got some wide receivers. You got Duspan from Florida State. You got Andy Jean from Florida.
Oh, Andy Jean actually transferred away from Pitt already.
Oh, he did. Oof.
Yeah, he came in.
Yeah.
And then after the spring game, he went back into the portal.
Right. Yeah, you got Catterus Hicks from Louisville.
Yeah, he's going to be probably, I don't want to say a starter, but if he's in there, no, the ball's probably going to him.
Right. And then y'all got this tight end from Marshall. You got Justin Holmes.
He's not going to play tight end. He's going to play running back.
Oh, okay.
He's only 6 foot.
Yeah.
So he's 235 pounds. So he's going to play running back, fullback.
Yeah, and then of course you also got a quarterback out of the portal. You got Cole Gonzalez from Oklahoma. Yeah.
Well, Cole Gonzalez originally was at Western Carolina, which is where Cade Bell, our offensive coordinator, was at. And Cole Gonzalez was the first player Cade Bell recruited getting to Western Carolina. And Cole started once again all 4 years at Western Carolina. Wanted to play at Power 5 level, but says it wasn't going to happen in Oklahoma, so he came here.
Okay, all right, well, that's good. Anyway, so now let's look at who y'all lost in the portal. Yeah, mostly mostly a bunch of backups and scrubs that y'all lost through the portal mostly. So
yeah, not too many starters. The starters we did lose, they all graduated.
Yeah, we got Chief Borders. Yeah, that's a cool name, but he wasn't really doing anything.
No, he wasn't. It's like he couldn't fight off blocks. He couldn't push through blocks. He had 1 sack, and that was only because somebody else was chasing him.
Yeah. There's Andy Jean, who we already mentioned transferred in, now transferred to Arkansas.
Yeah.
And they had Sincere Edwards. He had a lot of potential. Wasn't a starter last year,
Oh,
but
yeah.
might have been. He
Yeah.
probably would have been starting this year if instead he transferred
He
to
definitely
UCF.
would have been starting. I was bummed out when he transferred, but the thing is, he flipped from UCF to Pitt a couple of times, kept going back and forth on official visits, and then he finally settled for us. Something told me we weren't keeping him past last year. So, um, but the one portal entry that surprised me was one of our quarterbacks, Julian Duggar. He took over in the bowl game last year in Toledo, and
Yeah,
he transferred out mainly because he got beat out by freshman quarterback Mason Heinchel, who by all rights should be a 4-star. He was only ranked a 3-star, but he threw 42 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions with 3,700 yards his senior year in high school.
yep,
And he was only a 3-star. So, and he got beat out by him. So Julian was like, I'm not going to play here. So he went to Washington State.
yes. And we got Rylan Gandy, and he played a lot last year, but he's
A
transferring to
lot. Yeah.
Indiana.
He was a starter. That was one of the starters.
Right. And I guess that's really about it. And then Rodney Ham and y'all's running back.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
he didn't play much
Yeah.
last year. Wasn't he like academically ineligible?
See, that's the rumor, but they're never going to come out and actually say it because they're not allowed to. From my understanding, it's either or it's academic. It has to be academic in order for him to be ruled ineligible. But then again, he was allowed to practice with the team too. So, which makes me think it was criminal because he did get pulled over a few months prior and never paid off his ticket. So there was a warrant for his arrest.
Wow. Mm.
So I
Okay.
don't know.
Yes. Anyway, yeah. So I guess we'll talk about the team right now. I guess you'll have Eli Holstein coming back.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm uh
Yeah.
I'm still optimistic on him because he broke his leg towards the end of the season whenever the defensive tackle from Louisville tackled him from behind. And actually, yeah, pretty much tore a tendon in his calf muscle and messed up his kneecap a little bit. So
Yeah.
I'm optimistic because the coaches said the first part of the spring he wasn't doing too well, but the second half of the spring and the spring game he did really, really well. He looked
That's
like the
good.
Eli Holstein that he was prior. But it's the
All right.
offensive line that I'm concerned about.
Right. Yeah. 'Cause last year he got sacked 20 times,
He did.
and
Wait,
he
that's it?
was
That's only 20?
yeah. That's what
I
that's
thought it
what it
was more
says.
than that.
Right. That's what ESPN says. Anyway, so we had we went 180 out of 291. That's 61.9%. 7.6 yards per attempt, 17 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. His passer rating was 140.6, and is and yeah.
He completed a lot of passes that I haven't even seen Kenny Pickett be able to, complete.
Yeah.
Like he just has that ability to put balls in tight spaces to where not a lot of QBs can.
Yeah. You got 7.6 yards per attempt. Yeah, you'd like that to be a little higher, but
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
yeah.
A lot of those passes though were dump offs to the running back, and
Yeah.
that's what we did a lot of.
Yeah. Anyway, and then you'll had N- Nate Yarnell was the backup last year, but he transferred. So
Yeah, to Texas State, I believe.
yeah.
An offense that suits him better, to be honest. Nate Yarnell was actually, if Nate Yarnell was the quarterback in 2023, Pitt goes to a bowl game instead of only winning 3 games. Nate Yarnell could have actually ran Signetti's offense and made it actually look good. That's how perfect he was for that offense.
Right. Anyway, and then Julian Duggar also transferred. Who's going to be the backup quarterback? This is going to be David Lynch or Cole Gonzalez. Are going to be competing for the backup.
It's most likely, if I had to pick or even bet, it's probably going to be Mason Heinkel, the freshman quarterback.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh,
Because
okay.
Cole Gonzalez didn't play in the spring game for Pitt. So I don't, even though he knows Cade Bell's offense very well, I just don't see him coming in and automatically taking the number 2 spot.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so yes, we'll look at your running back next. You got Desmond Reed, who, as you mentioned before, also had a lot of receiving yards too. He had 996 rushing yards and 579 receiving yards.
Yeah.
He had five rushing touchdowns and 4 receiving touchdowns. That's 9 total touchdowns. And then about 1,500 total yards. So
Yeah. He was the unsung hero of the whole entire offense. If he wasn't in there, the offense wasn't good.
Right. Yeah. He's a little guy too. He's 5'8", 175. So
Well, he actually put on weight. He's about 184 now.
yeah.
So he put on a little bit of weight. So
Yeah.
hopefully that translates. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
that's able to translate to something.
Yeah. And then who else do y'all have behind him at running back?
There's Jakarion Turner. He's a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
There's Derek Davis. He transferred in from LSU a couple years ago. He's actually a local kid. He's the biggest out of all our running backs, but he's probably the worst out of all our running backs.
The worst.
The worst. And he was a 4-star coming out of high school, but he played safety at LSU for 3 years to the point where I think he forgot how to play running back. And then when he got here, he transitioned to running back full time. And I don't mean forgot how to play running back. It's just it hasn't worked out. I'm not confident in him at all.
Right. And then you'll had Daniel Carter, but I guess he graduated.
Yeah, he's out of eligibility.
Right.
He's still enrolled, but he's just he's still enrolled in the university. He just can't play anymore.
Okay.
And I was hoping he could. Because he was heavily underutilized last year, and I wish he had an extra year of eligibility, but he doesn't.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess he could have sued the NCAA, but
he could have because he did get hurt early on in his season.
Yeah.
So, but there's a couple other people we have behind Desmond Reed, but I just can't think of them off the top of my head.
Right. Yeah. I guess y'all didn't get it back out of the portal.
I don't understand why we didn't. We really need a running back out of the portal. Not a lot of people agree with me within the fan base, but I'm like behind Desmond Reed. Who do we really have? Nobody.
Yeah. And then at wide receivers, yeah, y'all do lose Kanata Mumpfield, but y'all
Yeah, that
return
hurts.
pretty much everyone
Everyone
else.
else.
Oops.
Yeah, the
Wow.
offense actually took the least hit as far as losing losing starters.
Right.
We lost 2 linemen, returned
Yeah.
3 linemen, um, and returned running backs and receivers except one. So we only lost like 2 people on offense,
Yeah.
maybe
You also
3.
lost
Yeah, 3.
Gavin
Oh yeah,
Bartholomew
Gavin. Yeah,
Tankerman.
it's around 4. So I
Yeah,
honestly, I
so
would say it's
yeah,
about even as far as who we lost on both
yeah,
offense and defense.
right. Yeah, y'all got Kenny Johnson and Raphael
Yeah,
Williams coming back receiver, and y'all got Sincerely. Yeah,
yeah. Sincerely, he's coming back.
Sincerely, I think they had Dejon Reynolds. He transferred.
Yeah, he transferred.
Yeah, I think I saw his name in the portal. Yeah. Uh, anyways, that's so now of course look at some of your statistical rankings. Y'all the 31st best scoring offense last year, 32.9 points per game, tied with Colorado.
Yeah,
Then we'll look at total offense. Total offense. Let's see. Here it is. You have the first, number 44 in total offense with 408.7 yards per game and 5.7 yards per play. And then we'll look at running and passing once I find them. Here we go. Rushing offense. Rushing offense. You guys had. Let's see. No, but to go to the next page. Here it is. You have the 85th best rushing offense, 141.8 per game, 4.4 per carry. And then we'll look at passing next. If I can find it, let's see. No, not winning percentage. We know that one. Let's see. Second. Let's see. Passing offense. There we go. Okay, passing should be a lot better than rushing. You got 24 with 267 yards per game. And
that's
about
even with Nate Yarnell in there.
yeah, and about 6.994. Yeah, so basically like 6.7 per attempt. Again, that's when you include all the quarterbacks. So
Yeah. Well,
let's
for
see.
like 5 straight games, Eli had 300 yards passing. And then he had a couple 200-yard passing games. And even Nate Yarnell had a couple 250-yard passing games too.
All right. Right. So I guess we'll go ahead and talk about defense next. Y'all do lose some starters. We got your leading tackler, safety, Donovan McMillan.
Yeah. He went to
No,
Cleveland.
now with Cleveland. And then you got Brandon George.
Yeah, he was our starting middle linebacker.
Yeah, his team is unknown, so I guess he went undrafted. It says unknown.
He's somewhere. I can't remember. Oh crap! I think he may be with the Steelers.
Yep.
I'd have to look.
The good news is you'll do bring back. I got Kyle Louis and Rasheem Biles.
Yeah, they're imperative to stay healthy all year, especially Biles because he got hurt and had to miss like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they got Kyle Louis had 7 tackles and 7 sacks, and Biles had 6 sacks. So
Yeah,
let's see. Louis had 100 tackles and 81 total tackles for Biles. So.
yeah.
And
Lewis
then,
also had, I would say, 4 interceptions as well.
yeah, he did right there. Yeah, 4 interceptions. Yeah, yes, he led the team in interceptions.
Did
That's good. And then
returned one of them for a touchdown.
Yeah, now got a Braylon Lovelace. So
Yeah,
that's
he's a
good.
local kid.
Yeah. Sorry, he's from Leechburg. Yeah.
Yeah, that's only about 30 minutes from here.
Leechburg. Okay, so I mean, it looks like the linebackers should be pretty good.
Yeah,
And then your defensive backs, you got McIntyre. Is he back?
yeah, he's back. Javon McIntyre, he's back.
Yeah,
It was
he's got
PJ
a
O'Brien we lost.
Yeah, and then of course we know, and Rylan Gandy, yeah. We all brought back
Rylan Gandy's done.
Tannum, Lynham, and Rashad
Yeah,
Battle.
they both come back.
Yep. And then you got this Cruz Brookins.
Oh yeah, he played a lot last year. He's probably going to take a full-time starting role this year. So he's also a local kid. That's what I'm proud of. A lot of our starters this year are going to be local kids.
Yeah, that's good. And then of course your defensive line. You've got Sean Fitzsimmons.
Yeah. Also another local kid.
Yep. And then you've got Jimmy Scott. I guess he's a defensive end. He had 6 sacks last year, and then you had Nate Matlack.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay, he's gone. Okay, yeah, because he had
he's out of eligibility. He transferred in from Kansas State last year.
Yeah. That's about 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's really only like 4 starters. But you'll bring back most of them. I got Isaiah Neal, and Nick James.
Yeah, he was a full-time starter. Actually, the only consistent one, really.
Yeah. And there's Chief Borders, who transferred. Let's see. Francis Brew. Yeah, Brew.
Yeah, you're actually pronouncing it right.
Yeah, and they got Naki Johnson. So anyway,
He's gone.
so most of the defense is back. You do lose a few starters, but
Yeah, Johnson actually transferred.
oh, Johnson transferred too. Okay, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Okay,
he transferred. Yeah, he
all
was a local kid that never really panned out. He started as a linebacker, moved to the defensive end, but got so big they had to put him at D tackle.
yep. Uh, yep. So anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and look at your defense's stats from last year. We'll look at I guess we'll do total D first. Total D. Okay, I have to go to the next page. Total D. Total D. Let's see here. Still, there you are. Number 81 in total defense. 378.2 yards allowed per game. 5.15 yards per play. I'll take a look at scoring. Scoring. Well, still looking. Oh, there you are. Number 92 in total defense. Excuse me, scoring defense. 28.
Yeah,
28.4 points per game allowed.
that sounds about accurate. Yeah.
And then what's the other one I want to look at? I guess we'll look at against the run and against the pass.
Run was really bad.
Yep. Okay. Really bad against the run. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. At times we looked like we knew what we were doing, and then at times we didn't.
Nope. You got to go to the third page.
Told you it's that bad.
Jeez. Nope. Must have gone by, y'all. Well. Looking hard. Your Michigan. Yes. Huh. Well,
I mean, I know we were bad.
I don't know. I can't find y'all. I mean, this is as far as it will let me go. This is the third page, so and
Wow.
y'all are so bad. Y'all aren't even on here. Wow. 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 Okay. Okay. I thought this was rushing D. Never mind. Y'all are at number 19. It's actually not as bad as y'all thought. Y'all are only ranked 19th, 112.8 per
Okay.
game. So I mean that's not terrible. Only 3 yards per carry. So I mean it was actually decent. So
Wow. That was a that was a lot better than I expected it to be. Because I have pro football focus, so I was about to look that up.
okay, now we'll look at it at passing defense now. Let's see, passing. I'm looking. Here y'all are. Y'all were 122nd against the pass. So y'all are actually really bad against the pass, but y'all
Yeah,
weren't terrible against the run. Against the pass, it was 265 per game, 7.2 per attempt. So anyway, so yeah, no, talked
I'm
about
hoping
yeah,
that improves.
yeah, we can do special teams now. Y'all did lose a good kicker in Ben Sauls. He's now with the
We did.
Steelers. So maybe it was 21 out of 24 last year. Uh, so I guess who is it going to be now? Is it going to be Sam Carpenter or?
It's probably gonna either be him, James London. He transferred in, or it might even be the 5-star kicker that signed. Because I didn't know
Well,
they actually ranked kickers, but apparently they do.
nice. And then I'll have
So
a
it's probably going to be him.
yeah. And then it's for your punter. So you got Caleb Junko.
Yeah, he's too Jekyll and Hyde of a punter. There'll be games where he's bombing 70, 80-yard punts, and then there'll be games where it's going off the side of his foot.
Yeah, it says right here that he had 43.7 yards per punt, and his long was 67 yards.
Yeah, he because it was so Jekyll and Hyde, his punting average looks worse than what it really is. But like I said, it was so inconsistent. You never knew what you were going to get.
He had 58 punts, and also had Cam Guest. He did some punting last year too.
Yeah.
He had 12 punts for 35.5 average, long of 46. So
Yeah, Cam.
I mean that's not any good. I mean that's
No,
not very good either. I think I'd rather have have Junko, but
I would too, but Cam doesn't have that much experience either, so he hasn't really played.
all right. So anyway, so I think we're ready. So I think so we've talked about everything. So I think we're ready to move on to the schedule. So and start picking some games. So
Yeah.
anyway, so you start out against Duquesne.
Yep. That's a local FCS school that is a quarter mile from Pitt's campus.
All right, well that's
They're
good. That's good that
literally right
y'all
next
are.
to each other.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's good that y'all are supporting the local schools. Yeah,
Well, we are. Most of us are. If you're a Pitt fan, you're also a Duke fan because they're right
right,
next to each other, and their universities share a lot of programs with each other because they're both Catholic schools. Even though they both do not fall under the diocese, they're both Catholic schools, so they share a lot
right.
of stuff with each other.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah. With that being said, y'all are gonna beat them, and it shouldn't even be close. So
It's not even going to be close. It's not even going to be funny. I mean, they
nope.
might score a couple of times, and I expect them to score a couple of times. Um, but as far as the outcome of the game, I'm probably not even going to go to this game.
Right. Yeah. This game might not even be on TV. It might be on it's probably gonna be on like ESPN Plus. So yeah.
Yeah, it probably is going to be on the ACC network.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, next up, a step up in competition. You got the Central Michigan Chippewas.
Yeah. Don't know too much about this team. I don't. I know they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
do very good last year.
nope, nope. Yeah, just know that their coach used to coach at Florida. Yeah, Jim McElwain. So,
Yeah. They did
but
not do good. I think they only won 4 or 5 games last year.
yeah. So anyway, so yeah, y'all are gonna beat them too. So starting out 2-0. The next up, you play at West Virginia. Yep, the backyard brawl.
I know. I'm not sure about this one because to bring in a new coach, new coaching system, new
Yeah,
offensive
they got a
coordinator.
rich. Yeah, they got a rich rod. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the last time Rich Rodriguez coached the game in Morgantown, West Virginia, the Pitt Panthers sent him packing
Oh
off to
yeah.
Michigan
Oh yeah.
when we beat West Virginia in 2007 and cost them a spot
Yeah.
in the national title game.
Mm.
So Rich
Yep.
Rodriguez was the coach of the Mountaineers back then, and now he's back.
Yeah. So anyway, so now y'all have like a 4-year deal with West Virginia. I think this will be the the last
La-
year of that
Last one.
4-year
Yeah,
deal. So yeah, and I know that they beat y'all last time in West Virginia. Y'all beat them
they did.
both times in Pittsburgh. So I mean, I think I'll probably have this one as a loss. They'll probably repay you in
Yeah,
Morgantown.
it probably will be a loss, but it's not going to be like the loss I picked 2 years ago when I picked Pitt to lose down in Morgantown. I actually think Pitt is very much more capable of winning this game than years prior down in Morgantown. I
Right.
just don't know what
Yeah,
West Virginia is going to look like.
right. Yeah. So I guess y'all are gonna be 2-1 going to first bye week. And then after that, y'all have got Louisville. Yeah, I mean they've been pretty good. Yeah, under Jeff
It's
Brom. So I think this is probably
yeah.
gonna be a loss.
May not be. I'm not settled that on that being a loss because we have a bye week right before that, and I don't think they do.
Right.
I'd have to look at their schedule.
Right. So next up, y'all got a 5-game stretch here. I think all of these games could go either way, except for Stanford.
Yeah,
Y'all should beat Stanford. I mean, you remember
yeah.
when? Do you remember when Stanford used to be good?
No,
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I barely remember. Yeah, yeah, I don't even know.
I mean,
You
they
know
did.
what
I can't
happened.
say anything because Stanford did beat us the last time we played them in a bowl game, so I really can't say
You know,
anything bad about Stanford.
right, right. But that was the old days. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Stanford just is just bad now. So, but anyway, y'all
they are.
got Boston College. You know, y'all lost to Boston College last year. So,
Yeah, I think it being at home and Boston College being gutted from the portal, especially on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. I think we should be able to beat them, especially being
right,
at
yeah.
home.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. And then next up, we got Florida State. Yeah, yeah. I mean, how bad do you think they're gonna be this year? I mean, I'd say that they're
They can't.
probably gonna be better, right? I think there's nowhere to go but
Yeah,
up.
they can't. Yeah, they can't do any worse than what they did last year. Uh, I don't see that happening. However, even though that game's down in Tallahassee, we've beaten Florida State before down in Tallahassee. I don't know what they're going to look like.
Right. But anyway, yeah,
Still
yeah, I think,
think,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I still think we beat them.
yeah. I think right now I would have to give you the win as well. And the next up, at Syracuse, I think this one's g- gonna be a loss. You do have to play in the dome, and Syracuse was pretty good last year, even though they lose some. But I mean,
I mean, well, we haven't lost to Syracuse in the dome since 2001.
well,
That's the last time they've beaten us up there. We've beaten them ever since then in
well,
the dome.
well.
Not if
Uh,
people keep saying it's a difficult place to play, and I just don't understand it
who
because like
says
they
who says that?
a lot of ACC fans, a lot of
Right?
ACC
Do
fans think it's a
Clemson
difficult.
fans? Yeah,
Um,
like Clemson fans say that. Yeah.
I honestly I couldn't tell you if they have or if they haven't. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
because
Do you remember that one time that Syracuse beat Clemson in the dome?
yeah, I do actually remember that. But we just haven't lost to Syracuse in the dome since 2001.
Right. Anyway, next up, you do have NC State.
Mm, that's a 50-50 for me. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I know that NC State is really flying under the radar. Nobody's talking about them, but that's usually when NC State is good. I mean, when everyone's talking, hyping them up, that's usually when they disappoint. But it's usually the years when they're flying under the radar that they end up being good. So
Yeah, I don't. I don't know what NC State looks like this year. I know they're switching coaches, and I know they lost their quarterback. So it could be an interesting game. I hope it is. Um, I think that's going to be like a whatever team wins. It's going to be like 10 points or less type of
right,
contest.
yeah, right. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and give y'all a win there. So I guess that puts y'all at 6-3 going into your last three games. And the Notre Dame, yeah, sorry, but I think that's going to be an automatic loss. So
Yeah, I don't. I'm not expecting us to beat Notre Dame. We have beaten them since we joined the ACC. Uh, what's his name? Tommy Reese was the quarterback, um, and they were ranked at the time. So I mean, it's possible. Um, who's going to be Notre Dame's quarterback this year? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know who their quarterback's going to be, but
Yeah, I still it's still going to be a loss,
well,
but I'm pulling for them to win, but I think they'll lose.
right, of course. Okay, next up, you've got you're at Georgia Tech. Got to play in Atlanta. Of course, Georgia Tech. And they do bring back Haynes King at quarterback. I
Yeah,
think
they do.
that Brent Key is doing a good job coaching at Georgia Tech. So yeah, I think this one's going to be a loss.
I don't. I don't.
Really, you think y'all
I
going to beat
the
Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech's defense is going to be the same as it always is. If they're going to look like they're poised for a big season, and then it's just going to drop off, kind of like our defense did um, at the end of the year last year. I don't see us
Yeah.
losing to Georgia Tech this year. Next
Okay.
game, I
All right.
see us losing.
Yeah. Yep. Miami. Yeah. Miami got they got Carson Beck. It's they actually got our quarterback. Yeah. They got my boy Carson Beck. So
You never know though, because here's the thing: the last time Miami played Pitt, we destroyed Miami on their own field. and we had
yeah, I
Keaton
remember that. Yeah,
Slovis
that
as the
was fun.
quarterback. I mean, we
Yeah, I remember that.
humiliated Miami.
That was funny. I think Miami
Yeah,
was terrible that year though. They only
they
win
were,
like
but we
they only
weren't
won
that
like
good either.
5 games. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but the a couple years prior to that, in 2017, Kenny Pickett's first start, Miami was undefeated, ranked number two. They came into Heinz Field and lost.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
So it could happen. Um, and it's weird though because when we played Miami before Vic, if it's in the middle of the season, we've always lost. If it's towards the end of the season, 9 times out of 10, we've won.
Yeah.
So it could go that way. I don't know, but I still think
Possible.
that's going to be a loss for right now. But something could happen to Miami by that time. You know, they could have
Okay.
injuries or whatever the case might be.
Okay. So it's the final record that you got. So you got what, 7-5 or 8-4?
Yeah,
I think.
a way too early preview prediction for me would be 7-5 to 8-4, 9-3 being the ceiling. I don't see us losing 5 games. I don't. I could see us losing 4, uh, but I could see us losing to NC State. That's a game we may be favored to win, but we may end up losing. Um, I do think we're going to end up beating West Virginia down in Morgantown. I just don't think with the amount of transfers they've lost and the amount of transfers West Virginia has had to bring in, I don't think it's going to end well for Rich Rodriguez and the Mountaineers because they've had to bring in 50 players from the portal and they've also lost that many players to the portal.
Yep.
So they're thin.
Yeah. All right. So I think I had 6-6. I got to lose West Virginia, Louisville, Syracuse, Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and Miami. So
Yeah. I don't
yes,
agree
I'm
about the
not.
Georgia
Yeah.
Tech game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that y'all that you know that you're going to be a little bit higher on Pitt than I am, is because uh, you are a fan, so it's kind of
Yeah. Well, it's not
what you're
even.
supposed to do is have some optimism, but
Well, it's not even that. I question Georgia Tech's defense. That's what I question. That's
yeah,
what I question about them. Are they going to be able to keep up with our fast paced offense?
right, yep. All right. Well, I think that's about all we got left for this video. So again, I'm sure y'all subscribe to Talk is Pitt. I'll leave leave a link to his channel in the description, and I'll put it in the comments as well. So
Yeah, it was great doing a preview video, Vic. I got something coming out Wednesday, a list of the ACC teams that I think are going to take the biggest jump and which ones I think fall down, from where they were a year prior.
oh yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
that'll
So
be out by
anyway,
Wednesday late.
yeah, cool. So anyway, so it's gonna be it for us. So let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Give us your prediction for Pitt. And thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.